Mmm, dog food. Oh yeah, dog food. Mmm, dog food. Oh yeah. Mmm, dog food. Oh yeah, dog food. Oh yeah, dog food.
All right. Welcome to Dog Food News. The purpose of these videos is to give you an update and a window into what I'm doing for Dog Food Comics. So, what you're watching right now is me working on refining the Space Patrol logo by trying out a few different design ideas. And that's what I want to do with these videos is to share what I'm creating as I go, rather than waiting until everything is done and then showing you the final product. I want to be able to share each piece as I go, so that you all have access to those things, basically freely available. And so I'm contributing content. You're seeing what I'm up to as I'm working through it. So I'm fairly busy, and I'm trying to figure out what works and how to do this. So from week to week, it's probably going to be quite a bit different. Like right now, I'm experimenting with this idea of recording, um, you know, what I want to say while I'm doing the dishes. Last week, I kind of just recorded it as a test, and I was like, oh, well, I just actually recorded everything I wanted to say, so I'll just go ahead and leave it at that. Um, so what I've done this week is I've prepared a couple of bullet points that I really want to touch on, and once I get that done, I will sync this up to the video of me working on the logo. So as I said, that logo is for my Space Patrol idea. Those of you who have been following for a little while might remember Space Patrol from Earth number 12. That was the debut of that comic idea. But it's evolved quite a bit since then, and I've actually turned it into a role playing game. I've play tested it a number of times with a lot of different game engines, and I ended up deciding that I was going to build my own game engine for it. And so that's the thing that I've kind of been working on the most recently. And it's probably the thing that is most well, that's nearest to being complete. So it's probably the next thing that I'm going to end up sharing um, in the next video. But if you're not familiar with Space Patrol, now let me give you a little bit of a breakdown on that. Space Patrol is what the first issue of Dog Food Comics Presents is going to be about. So it's going to be a themed comic zine that's going to contain information about the world itself, a comic, the role playing game itself, as well as some supporting artwork. So Space Patrol itself is my laser junk setting. So the idea is that it's in the future, and there's lasers. There's also spaceships, and there is a autonomous, functioning empire that has been persistent since the beginning of time, or that anyone can remember, because it has somehow managed to survive uh, throughout all of history at this point. Nobody really remembers how it got created. Nobody knows who created it. The creators have kind of left it running, and it's just kind of like running in the background, and it's slowly decaying and falling apart. That's the big background on it. But what makes it kind of an interesting thing for the role playing game, at least, is that you play as a member of a space patrol crew that is made up of criminals from across the galaxy. So you have been rehabilitated by having some kind of chip inserted into your brain that if you misbehave too much, your brain will blow up or something to that effect. And so people end up being on their kind of better behavior than they were whenever they were arrested for whatever it was that they did. But somehow, what you're supposed to do in this game is to resolve the various and assorted assignments that might come up while you are living on a star base, which ends up being some type of an abandoned facility for various and assorted things. The role-playing game will have kind of like some random tables that will give your group the information that you need on how to run it, and to determine what kind of facilities excuse me, what kind of facilities you might end up finding on your specific starbase. But basically, you can think of a starbase as a kind of like a mall. It basically has everything that you would have in a standard, shopping center or whatever. You've got some anchor stores. But I mean, maybe it might be better to think of it as a kind of like a resort, because that's what some of these things are. They're abandoned resorts that have been converted into space patrol bases. So space patrol is a specific kind of department inside of the Spacers League that's responsible for maintaining all of the various things associated with intergalactic commerce, and just well, I guess maybe not commerce, but the space lanes themselves. And so that's why it's the purview of the Space Patrol to maintain order within the galaxy. Nobody really wants to do this job. That's why you have to recruit, quote, recruit convicts to do the work. So it's kind of like, think of it as a community service type of thing. Nobody really wants to be doing it, but if you are good enough at the job and you schmooze the right people, you can make your way up the ranks and eventually paying off your debt to society, and you could end up being set free. The Space Patrol kind of setting is free-form enough that if your group doesn't really want to play as patrolmen, you could end up playing as freelancers for any of the other factions that are present within the system. Again, the factions, information about the factions will be available in the role-playing game materials. So that's kind of the basic idea behind what Space Patrol kind of is with the role-playing game. And with the comic, I kind of want to capture all of that in its essence in terms of like a short story, or rather a short comic. I'm not sure about how short right now. Originally, I was thinking it would be a 8-page long comic, which I actually had written an 8-page comic for Earth number 13. But I think I wrote that back in 2018, maybe 2020. But in the meantime, things have changed, and I'm not really sure that I like the direction that comic was really headed in. So I'm breaking it out and going in a different direction. Um, and so it does kind of continue the story that was told in Earth 12, but I think it's a little bit further down the line rather than doing, second contact or what happens to the president whenever he gets sucked off. Um, and so I'm looking at like how to make it reflect kind of some of the fun stuff that might end up happening whenever you are out on a space patrol mission in the role playing game, because that's really where I've spent a lot of time playing with my regular Dungeons and Dragons group as pickup games, and I'm excited to share more information about that in the next video. So let me know what you've got going on down below in the comments, or if you have any questions about anything that you have seen in this video or in previous videos, or any questions about what I'm trying to do. Happy to answer, happy to share information as much as I can. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I hope you achieve your goals and keep on reaching after you get there. And as always, live, breathe, create.